Hello students. So today we are going to take the illustrations based on rule number 2 of the contract costing method. So our rule number 2 says that when work in progress certified is 1/4 or more but less than half of the contract price, then only 1/3 of the profit has to be transferred to the profit and loss account, and the remaining of the profit has to be treated as WIP reserve, means work in progress reserve, and it has a certain formula to calculate how much the notional profit has to be distributed to P&L account and WIP reserve. Now let us take the illustration based on it. So this is a question: when certified work is more than 1/4 of the contract price but less than half of the contract price. On 1st July 2003, X Limited started to construct a warehouse, contract price being 4 lakh, accounts are closed on 31st December, and following information are available from the records regarding the contract: materials, wages, plant, direct expenses, overheads, work certified, cash received, work not certified, material at site, plant to be depreciated. So this is all given to you. So how to prepare the contract account? It is always in the books of the contractor. So who is a contractor here? X. So books of X Limited contract account. So starting from the debit side, list out all the expenses: materials, wages, plant only at a cost, direct expenses, overheads is 10% of the wages, so 10% of 54,000 is 5400. Now come to the credit side to list out the work certified and work uncertified, and material at site is also given to you as 16,000. Cash received, here we do not list it out, it is generally required in the formula calculation. So we have calculated the balancing figure on the debit side with the name of notional profit 58,100. So balancing figure is given the name as notional profit. Now carry forward that notional profit to the credit side of the contract account. Now once you have come to the credit side of the contract account with notional profit brought down 58,100, now this amount has to be distributed into two terms. One is the profit and loss account and the another is work in progress reserve. Now how these amount has to be distributed, this is decided by the rules of the contract. Now what is the rule of the contract? What is a hint that I have told you? First write down contract price and work certified. Then calculate 1/4 of the contract price and half of the contract price. Now try to compare the work certified with the 1/4 and half of the contract price. Now from this we can see that work certified is more than 1/4 of the contract price. इसका मतलब that it is more than 1/4 of the contract price but less than half of the contract price. So this is rule number 2. So rule number 2 says that amount of notional profit has to be distributed into two terms: P&L account and WIP reserve. Now P&L account के लिए which formula has to be applied? The rule number 2 formula. P&L account is equal to notional profit. Notional profit is 58,100, which you have calculated, into 1/3 into cash received. Cash received take from the question divided by the work certified taken from the question. So we have calculated the amount 15,493 as P&L account. Now what is the remaining balance? Remaining balance means notional profit 58,100 minus this 15,493 will give you the amount to be written corresponding to WIP reserve, that is 42,607. So you can clearly see in the last, on the debit side of the contract account, P&L account is 15,493, which has been calculated with rule number 2 formula, and the remaining balance is transferred to the WIP reserve. Means the conclusion is that whatever the amount we are calculating from the rules first has to be transferred to the profit and loss account, and the remaining balance is transferred to WIP reserve by deducting the amount of notional profit from the P&L account. So I hope this is clear to you. In the next slides, we'll be taking the illustrations related to rule number 3.